if you had told me 12 years ago that I would earn a living by selling my photos online, I would probably laugh at your face. But now, 12 years later, I make a really nice income selling my photos and videos online, and I currently have a team of 8 people working on it. And let me tell you why, in my opinion, this is still the best job in the world. So, since I was a teenager reading all that Robert Kiyosaki books that my older brother gave me, I knew that I didn't want to work for somebody else my whole life. I wanted to have my own business, so I would work for myself, and also to be able to scale my earnings so I would earn more than just in a regular 9-to-5 job. I just didn't know what I would do to make that happen at that time. And certainly I never thought that that thing would be photography. But now, even after so many years into it, I still think that for me this is the best job in the world, and let me give you 3 reasons why I think that. Okay, when I had a regular 9-to-5 job, well, here in Slovenia it's actually 8-to-4 job, but anyway, when I had a regular job, the thing I hated the most was that you have to be there on time and you have to be there for 8 hours. You can't just walk out in the middle of the day, and if you want to have a free day, you have to tell that in advance, and also you only get a particular amount of free days in a year. Also, during the summer, when more people are going on vacation, you have to coordinate your vacation with other co-workers, so there are still enough people in the company so the company can run like it should. Luckily, I had a great boss, so I could also take non-paid vacations every now and then, and also because I was doing a lot of 3D rendering on my own computer, I was able to work from home sometimes, but despite that, I still didn't have the flexibility that I wanted. But since I started doing stock photography full-time, I have complete freedom over my time. I can work whenever I want, I can work 3 hours in the morning and then another 4 hours in the evening if I want to. I can take a free day whenever I want to, and I just love that freedom and flexibility. Although there's a catch here. This freedom can also be a bad thing, and I'll share more about that and how to avoid that trap at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around. Also, I'm now able to go on vacation for 3 weeks in a row, or even more if I want to, for our summer holidays. I was never able to do that with my regular job. Now we just go on a trip with our motorhome every year, and I love it. But of course, if you're a photographer, you know that you're never really on vacation, and I also have a video about how you can make money even when you're on vacation, so you can check it out after watching this video. I'll put a link down in description. Also, if you're a photographer, you usually work for someone else. If you're a wedding photographer or if you work for some brand, the client will book you for a particular date, so you will have to be there at that specific time. And if you're photographing weddings, weddings usually happen on Saturdays or Sundays. So if you're a good wedding photographer, all your weekends during the wedding season will be booked, so you won't be able to take the weekend off, so there won't be much flexibility there. So that was reason number 1. Freedom and flexibility. In stock photography, you can just decide when and how much will you work. You have total control and flexibility around your schedule. Now, let's move to the next reason why I love this job. So, if you're a photographer, a wedding photographer, commercial photographer, or if you're photographing babies or families or whatever, you work for somebody else. So, you have clients. And as much as I love being a photographer, having clients is not my favorite thing. Why? Well, a lot of clients actually don't know what they want. They have a brief idea in mind, but usually they don't know exactly what they need. Well, some of them do, they're very specific, they know exactly what they want, what kind of images they need, and I love those kind of clients. But usually that's not the case. You'll have to come up with an idea and shoot with a few different lighting setups because you don't know what they will like, and that can take a lot of time on the shoot. Also, the clients are not familiar with photography business, so you'll have to educate them. They usually think that just because you have that $4,000 camera, the images will be great. But if you're a photographer, you know that that's not true. It all depends on the location, lighting, models and some other factors. And if you want to do it properly, it will take time to set everything up, to test a few different lighting setups, and the shoot will take much longer than they think. I recently did a job for a client who wanted images of 2 of their products in 3 different scenarios. So we rented a location for 2 hours, and I knew the location. I worked there for a couple of times already, so I knew what to expect. And I thought 2 hours would be enough, but in the end they brought 6 different products to the shoot and they wanted different setups with those products. Well, I'm not a magician, you know. Well, the images turned out okay. We did a bit fewer scenarios than they initially wanted because we only had 2 hours, and on the shoot I was nervous, I was rushing through the scenes, so I couldn't move the lights around as much as I wanted, and that's not the way I want to work. I want the shoot to be more relaxed so I can test a few different things to get the best images. Also, when the client pays you, they think you are only working for them and they want the images yesterday. They don't realize how much time the post-production takes and that you also have other clients and other things you have to do, so you can't just deliver the images tomorrow. And also, you never know how to process your images so the client will like them. Do they want darker or brighter images, or is it better to process them in cooler tones, or they want maybe warmer images? And in the end you're nervous about whether the client will like your images or not. But stock photography is so much different. You can decide what you will shoot and how you will process your images. You have all the time in the world to process them, and also if you don't shoot all the scenes you wanted, or if you realize on the shoot that something's not working, you can do something else instead and still get good sellable images. Well, obviously you want to shoot content that sells, not just whatever you like. If you're shooting nature and all you do is shoot nature, you won't earn much. So yeah, you still have to do a bit of research and shoot what thing you will sell. Also, another thing. Imagine that after shooting a wedding you realize that your card is corrupt and you lost all your images. How hard would it be to tell the bride that all the images from the most important event of her life are now gone? Well, I would not want to be in a situation like that. But if you're shooting for stock, if your card fails, okay, you lost the money you invested into a shoot, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so that was the second reason, so that you don't have clients and that you can decide what you will shoot. So let's move to the third reason. So if you're shooting weddings or families, you can earn a nice income from that if you're good and you have a lot of clients. But still, you're in fact trading time for money. So after the shoot is done, you process the images and you get the money from the client. Well, the good thing here is that you'll get the money right away, but it's a one-time payment. And if you want to scale your business and earn more, you have 2 options. You can find more clients and work more, or you can increase your prices. However, when you upload photos to stock sites, they can sell over and over for a few years while you don't have to do anything. Of course, it takes some time for the images to start selling, so you won't be earning money right away, but when you have a big portfolio of images or videos, images will sell and you don't have to do anything for that. So even if I go on vacation for 1 or maybe even 2 months and I don't upload anything, the money will be coming in and I don't have to worry about that. Obviously, you don't want to do it for too long because sales will go down eventually. I have a video where I talk about how passive this stock photography business really is and how the sales are increasing or decreasing over the years. So if you're interested, I'll put a link down in the description. Also, when you grow your portfolio over time, you can scale your earnings quite a lot. I would never be able to get even close to the level of my current earnings in a regular job. So that's the third reason. It's scalable and it's passive. But although you have all the flexibility, freedom and option to grow, a lot of people actually fail at that. Often when they reach a certain level of income, they become lazy, and when you become lazy and stop uploading, eventually sales will go down. And if you don't want to end up like that, check out this video here where I talk about how to stay consistent as a stock creator. And until next time, stay awesome, keep shooting, and I'll see you in my next video.